because I'm not going to read right. Ha ha ha. Like the background. A pigman. We're doing the fun facts today. Fun facts! Who likes a fun fact? They've got some cool, interesting fun facts. Right, got fun facts. Fun facts, fun facts. I'll be reading them out as soon as people get on, as soon as people start popping on. Oh yes. Actually, I could read one now because people will be clocking on if it's not live. Now, there's 694 million people in the world that use the internet. That was in March 2006. Can imagine now what the answer is now. Now, more than 3/4 of the fresh water on Earth is frozen. You are times the cap. Amazing. The brown thrasher bird can make 2,000 different wobblers. Can you imagine that? Different sounds. That sounds cool, you know. These are fun facts for the 90s. So yeah, wonder how much they've changed over the years. China is the source of 70% of the world's pirated goods. How random. A group of crows is called murder. Who knew that? Australian's equivalent of 999 is 000. Did you know that one? Bic sold its 2 billionth pen on the 26th of August 2005. There are 2,000 million searches on Google every day. I bet you didn't know that. Hello there. I recognise you, yeah. How are you? Got fun facts today. Trying to get some cool ones. 95% of urine is water. I bet you never knew that. The frogfish has the fastest mouth in the sea. It takes only 6 milliseconds to open and swallow up and close. On average, a day, 30 million items are bought and sold on eBay. I bet you didn't know that. If you've got fun facts, you can pop them in the comments and I'll read them out for you. There are 73.9 million pet dogs in America. 1 megawatt of energy can power around 900 homes. In the 18th century, balloons were made of intestines of animals. I never knew that. That's quite gross, you know. I never knew that. Because if you said 1800s and you had a balloon, you knew it's the intestine of an animal. How random is that? How random. That is so random. 563 Tanzanians have been killed in a lion attacks since 1990. The risk of dying while driving 100 miles per hour is 1 in a million chance. There are 45-947-615 websites ending in .com. That's a lot now. Must be more now since then. There's 1 in 100 chance of failure causing fatalities in the space shuttle. Oh, hi Sharky. I'm trying to read their people's name. Antonia. Excuse my Essex accent. Yeah. 50.6% of the Premiership footballers aren't from the UK, and that was back in. What year was this? No. 2000 something. I can't read a small print. China has more mobile phone users than there are people in the United States of America. That's so interesting, that. 80% of France's electricity is generated by nuclear power. Wow. 42 million iPods have been sold since the launch of 2001. Who remembers the iPod? There are 26 billion insects in every square mile of inhabitants of land of Earth. A female cockroach can produce 2 million offspring a year. It's amazing. The most expensive casino in the world is Wayne Las Vegas, reaching the cost of 1.4 billion to construct. That's a lot of money. The stop screw is a tip. Here's a tip. Here's a tip. A facts and tips we've got now. We're doing a tip now. It's a tip. Stop screws from splitting wood by dripping the tip in soapy water before screwing it in. That's a tip. Now a fact. There have only ever been in sendings off to England in the history of team's history. I don't know what this is. It must be cricket as a cricket thing. Tip. Make an emergency mallet by making a hole in a tennis ball and pushing it into the end of the regular hammer. Interesting. Some of these facts are outdated, so I can't read them all. Which is a bit random. A cow burps every 40 seconds. Who's counting that? You know what I mean? Who's counting those facts? The largest moon is called Triton. Here's a tip. Press jacket leaves by rolling them up a magazine, covering it with a cloth and putting it in the sleeve. It unrolls and makes a great iron pad. Fascinating. Fascinating. Those facts are finished. We've got loads of facts. There'll be a lot of live streams on facts, by the way. A lot. Okay. Let's go for some tips this time. We've got tips as well. We ain't just got facts. We've got tips as well. Let's find some interesting tips. There's a good one. Stop windows and doors freezing up, because it's cold season's coming up, isn't it? Stop doors and windows from freezing up in the cold by spraying the contact areas with WD-40. Do you know I might do that now? I might do that. I'm not going to keep this fact. So spray the contacted areas with WD-40. Interesting. So where you think it's going to... Oh, might do that. That's a cool tip, you know. If your car is stuck in the mud, if anybody has a car and gets stuck in the mud, right, or snow, either one, place the footwell mats under the wheels and never instantly retraction. Yeah, it's been Charlie. I've been doing a normal videos. That's why I've not been doing live streams, but there'll be quite a lot now because I've got facts to get through now. Facts, facts and tips. Some of these facts are outdated, by the way, so I can't read them all. Anyway, there we go. South Africa's national flag has more colours, 6, than any other. I bet you didn't know that down. The world's tallest towers are Melbourne's cricket ground. Peter Jackson's brain dead used a record of 300 litres of fake blood in I can't read his words, into its final scene of the final scene. Here's a London fact, because I do a lot of London videos. London's Tower Bridge is insured as a ship because it's movable. Because they got the... Yeah. Yes, it's not classed as a bridge. It's classed as a ship. Tower Bridge is classed as a ship. It's really weird. It's insured as a ship, but not a bridge. So next time someone says, oh, look, there's Tower Bridge. No, it's Tower Ship. It's a fact, so they can't mock it. The installation material in the engine of the Bay 1 of the F1 McLaren car is 24 karat gold. Wow. London fact. Sherlock Holmes is the most portraited character in movies. That's 204 movies. Don't know what it is up to date. These are old facts, by the way. But it's still epic. Alex Rose, if anybody knows the name. His real name is William Bruce Jr., if you didn't know that. London has 5,000 unexploded bombs since the Second World War. I wonder where they are. Mel Gibson turned down the role of James Bond in the 80s. The skin of the modern bikes was made out of Gore-Tex, whatever that is. The Volkswagen Touareg can tow a Boeing 757 plane. That's impressive, you know. A roller coaster can speed increases by average 10 miles per hour when it's raining. So when it rains on a roller coaster, it picks up speed extra 10 miles per hour. How cool is that? If you measure your roller coaster is 80 miles per hour and it's about 90, that's mental. Snowboarding was invented in 1865. The longest skid on record was control powered by slide in a Subaru Temperate that went on for 2 hours and 11 minutes. There's a tiny village populated at 352 located near Stux. I can't say these words. Stjordal in Norway, and it's called Hell. How random is that? There's a long word here, a long German word for speed limit, and I need to show you on the screen because I cannot spell the freaking word. I'm going to show you. It's a long word. Here we are. Do you see that very long word? That's a very long word, isn't it? Let's give it a go. Jason Franson Stakish Wing Song Stakish Decken Fuller for Simbish of Connection Zagadanko. I'm not whacked that out a bit. That's pretty cool. Tower Bridge is actually a ship. Tower Bridge is a ship. It's a ship. Tower Bridge is a ship. It's insured as a ship. How random is that? Tower Bridge is a ship. Wow. Right, here's some tips now. Let's get some tips. Any good tips? Yes, they're good ones this time. They're better ones. Oh, the paper's got stuck. There we are. Let's do some tips now. When you wallpaper a room, I assume people do that, if they're wallpapering it. When you wallpaper a room, write down the number of rolls used. Next time, you'll know how many to buy. That makes sense. I just measured the frickin' room. A tip. Recycle mobiles for cash at phonebank.com. Or give them to charity or Oxfam. Kodot. Do you right? At least you know where to get rid of them. The appendix is bought to have used digestive tree bark by our ancestors, but now no one knows no known function. Interesting. It took a team of 3.5 years to develop. Was this a fact? I don't know what that one was. It just says it there. More than 40% of the 1,779 Premiership League players are born between September and November. But it's not up to date though, is it though? It says, including waiting times, there are 109 journeys between London tube stations. They are quicker to walk. That's kind of true because when I go London, I don't station to station. I walk it. That's kind of true though, because I can walk it from Covent Gardens to Tottenham Court Road, all the way to Oxford Circus. I can just walk it. I don't need to get a freaking train. Just walking distances. The average distance covered by Premiership middle. Oh, sorry. I should drink while I'm talking. I've got a drink to do and I haven't done it yet. I'm so stupid. Start again. The average distance covered by Premiership League midfield during the match was 706 miles. Sorry, not 706 miles. I'm exaggerating there. The average length of a rhino's horn is 60 centimetres. The best-selling passenger car in history is a Toyota Corolla. I've got a picture of the car. Here we are. Best-selling car. Look at it. How weird. It's a best-selling car. How random is that? Oh, random. That's just random. Hi there. Read your names. Metasi. Yeah. Sorry if I'm spelling their names wrong. Small print on the screen's terrible. The Arctic Monkey sold 363,735 copies of What to Say I Am on the first week of the sale. I'm doing good, thank you. The highest G-force ever survived is 75. That's the average of the F1 experiences. Just 6G while concerning at speed. That's mental. 6G, man. 6G! You know, you pass that by 5, just over 5G. Oh, it's amazing. People can survive that. Got to be experienced, though. One circuit of the Shanghai Grand Prix is 5,451 kilometres. Yeah. This is a cool fact. I like this one. Leaning Tower Pisa as well. There are 296 steps to the top of the Leaning Tower Pisa. But you didn't know that. But you know now. That's pretty cool, actually. There's a cool fact. There's a cool fact. Right, so you get the next ones. Don't need that. I don't need that. Don't need that. Don't need that. Okay. Oh. Let's get some more. Okay. I'm 48, if you want to know. Alright. Next month, extra number. Alright. Where are we? Let's find some cool facts. Chris Evans, which is basically a radio DJ in the UK, splashed out on a 5.5 million on a 163 Ferrari 250 this year. A world record. Mad. That's a lot of money for a car. There are an average of 60 sirloin steaks in a cow's carcass. There's different types. Oh, it's that many. There's that many sirloin steaks in a car. Oh my gosh. That's a lot. That is a lot. Just for one cow. A guinea pig skin has a surface area of 0.2 square meters. One mobile mask. This is interesting because we've got mobile phones. One mobile mask is around 150 conversations at once. It can handle. This was back in the late, I think 2008, 2004. It's around about there. That was back then. So you can imagine now. You can imagine it now. Levi's invented the rivet on jeans, preventing patent for it from 1873. Oh, it's actually a rivet. So the little button you see at the back is not a. It's not a button. It's actually just a rivet. It's actually a real rivet. How sick is that? The Drayton has 500 race offers, the most prize money in US most history, as £10 million. £10 million UK money. Some of these facts are headache, so we can't read them now. Yeah. Oh, this is a good one. Tarantula spiders hunt in pairs. Not one of them, but two of them. They hunt in pairs. So if you see one, it's hunting you. You know there's two. You know there's two around. How random is that? Back in the late 2004, The average house price in Iraq was 25,804. There we go. There we go. Here's how to spot a fake Rolex. By looking at the second hand, it should sweep smoothly around, but it's not to be visibly jerky. Apparently they're saying. That's what they're saying. That's what they're saying. That's what they're saying. Oh, cool. You love all these facts because that's from that era. Okay, tips. I hope they're good and I hope they're up to date. Here's a cool tip. When you're cooking with half an onion, people do that. Spot the root half as it will last longer. Oh wait, so when you're cooking half the onion, save the root half as it will last longer. Oh, so the root half of the onion you keep for next time. Otherwise it'll go off quicker. Oh, it's interesting. Got to remember that. I know one fact is not here. I know peppers, you know, the green peppers, the red peppers and the yellow peppers. If it's got four like bumps like that, it's a female. If it's got three, it's a male. But the four, it's got more seeds in. And three's got less seeds in. So if you want to go to the supermarket and you buy the one with less seeds in, buy the one with three. Thought I'd let you know that. I like that. I've learned that one. I always use that to my advantage. And supermarkets do sell both. I just want to let you know that. So bear in mind. There's another cool one. Check up used cars before they come out by an auction by subscribing to Hammer Times searching tool. And it has a website. And I'll show you on screen actually. There's a website right there. Don't know if you see it. The website. See the website? Just there. Just there. The website's just there. Actually, just change the camera around. You see the website better because it's probably inside out. Here, the website. The website for used cars. Yeah. Focus that. Come on. Yeah. Let you screenshot that. Gives you a chance. Let's come back again. Okay. Another cool tip. Stop the hedges of ladders sliding into soft turf by putting a couple of empty paint tins over the ends. So a little grip. That makes sense, really. Punch and Judy puppeteers are called professors. I never knew that either. But I'm reading these many times. Arsenal's football stadium rakes in at 3 million per game, making it the most profitable ground in the Premiership League. That's a pretty good team. Despite it's not my team, that's a good fact though. I'm telling you that. Some of these I can't read because they're out of date. But remember they're from 94. A Big Mac contains enough calories to run a vacuum cleaner. That's 98 minutes. Oh my gosh. That's a lot of calories. The Space Shuttle program has an average of just 5 flights per year. Originally, it was estimated it would manage only 64. The world's tallest Lego tower stands at 100 feet high and contains 500,000 bricks. More cowboys died while crossing rivers in the Wild West than from being shot. Fascinating. There are around 1,010 people per square mile in England today. That was back in 94 though. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a nice evening, by the way. The average spends about 12 billion each year on car washes. That's a lot. It's against French law to stare at the mayor of Paris. Interesting. The original rule of football, as in soccer, we have in UK. If you're American and watching this, yeah, the original rule of football, as Sheffield, it states pushing with hands is allowed. Interesting. That is interesting. Coffee is the world's most recognisable smell. That makes sense, really, because everyone knows coffee. This is Facebook stats. Oh, is it Facebook or is it FBI? FB. Sorry, I'm reading it wrong. It's FBI. It's got FB. I'm reading the video, get the other letter. According to FBI stats, there are 9,395 bank robberies in the US in 2006. Yeah, these facts are from 2008, actually. I just realised. Oh, well. I've got random stuff. Some 2004, some 2008. Over the years. Peter Crouch, England player, was on the bench 1,373 minutes during a 2007-2008 season. Alligators can't move backwards. That's a good to know that. All the Jack Ripper victims were killed at the weekend. I bet you didn't know that one either. That's a London fact. That's interesting though. At the weekend. How random. Brentford FC has a pub for every corner of its home ground. That's quite cool actually. The Isles of Sicily have the world's smallest football league. 2 clubs. Guinness World Record for the world record for sword swallowing has deleted after being deemed too dangerous. Here's American fact. American football has more rules than any other sport. How cool is that? That one's done. I still like the Tower Bridge one though. It's a ship. That's wacky, that one is, isn't it? If you've got any facts, just stick them in the comments. Or tips. Any of them. I'm just going to read them off here. There's a cool tip. Apply wood varnishing with a sponge to hide brush strokes. Any more tips? Oh, 2 more here. Conceal unsightly cables by burying the flat cable that slips down the side of carpets and skirting boards. If the dipstick on the second-hand car smells burnt, the transmission's old. At least you know. Some breeds of vulture can fly as high as 36,900 feet into the sky. The world's first passenger elevator rose up at a speed of 40 feet per second. Pigeons, well, you all know them. They're interesting because they can reach speeds up to 90 miles per hour in flight. That's pretty cool. Pro surfers will lose around 100 surfboards in their career. That kind of makes sense because they do good extreme stuff, don't they? William Shakespeare wrote 38 plays. A greenfly can be a grandparent within 10 days of being born. It says here, skilling is the farthest non-mobilised sport in the world. Skilling. S-K-I-L-I-N-G. Skilling. This is a really cool one, actually. I love this fact. 20th century unsuccessful sued Universal for copyright infringement, claiming that Battlestar Galactica stole 34 ideas from Star Wars. Wow. Copyright infringement. How random is that? Interesting, though. That is really interesting. Sci-fi wars. Insects shiver when they're cold. So if you see any type of insect and it's shivering, you know it's cold. London has 1,800 miles of sewers. How random. The brain can make decisions as much as 10 seconds before they become conscious thoughts. Wait, your brain makes decisions? 10 seconds before you even thought about it. So while I'm reading these facts, my brain is making a decision 10 seconds before it says it. How random is that? But if I even thought about it, that's mind blowing, isn't it? Really, I was really it's quite creepy in a way, but wow. Britain's oldest driver in Norway was 101 and was from Bristol. The Star Wars franchise expanded 28 years. Been going longer than that now. It's gone longer than that. It's been going longer than that now, isn't it? Oh, the franchise. Oh, it's not Star Wars, it's the franchise. Interesting. This is about 2008, so you can add on the other years, so it's going to span longer than that. Star Wars has come a long way, you know. The chow breed of dog is specifically to be eaten. Random. That is so random fact. Glasgow has more crime than New York. Wow. The world record for number of headers a minute is 304, set by 2007 Chao Chong by Beijing, China. Oh wow, man. How random. All wants to know what the heaviest pumpkin is in the world. It's 668 kilograms. If you're a cremophobia, it's basically someone that's scared of falling down the stairs. Smells can differ across the English Channel. Wow. Just let me know what facts are blowing your mind. We've got to be more interesting. Some more tips now. What we got this time. Oh. We got another WD-40 tip. And apparently this one's really good. Not for the windows this time. Something different. Spray WD-40 on lawnmowers blades to stop dry grass building up. Bye. Perfect thing to do in the summertime, actually. I've actually done that, funny enough. I've actually done that. This is a really old fact, but it's a really interesting fact. But it's a kind of full one. Might use it today, might not. But let's just listen to it because it is interesting. For better hi-fi sound, raise your speakers so that the tweeters are the same height as your ears. So if you try that normally with your speakers, that makes sense, really. That does kind of make sense. If you raise your speakers the same height as your ears, it kind of makes sense, yeah. Sound travels, right? Casino Royale is the only James Bond film in which it rains. That was back then, I don't know about now. I should check all the other new films. I wonder if it rains. Fresh apples, they float 25% of the volume in the air. Wow. Wow. A housefly born today will be dead within two months. So if you've got a housefly going in the house, you know after 2 months it's going to die anyway. Wow. Where are we for all these facts? This is a cool one. Over the 12 founded clubs of Football League, only Preston North End still plays on original ground. Wow. Since 1900, only 7 teams from outside the top 5 have won the FA Cup. Boxing title fights were reduced from 15 to 12 rounds in 1983. So rules have changed over the years. The word cold was used in the state papers of Henry VIII in 1537. It's against the law to stare at the mayor of Paris. I mean, we had that one, didn't we? Some of these are repeated, don't they? 5 shuttle launches have been aborted within 5 seconds of ignition Interesting. A spacesuit. These are old spacesuits, by the way, the original old ones. It weighed 28 pound on Earth. Wow, they were heavy then. I hate to think what they are now. The Millennium Falcon, set in structure, the Empire Strikes Back, weighed 23 tons. So the construction they built for the Millennium Falcon, the set, weighed 23 tons. Oh, it's so cool. They actually built the whole thing just for the film. That's pretty cool, you know. Oh, wow. I like that. That's pretty cool. Okay. The only rainforest in the Northern Hemisphere in Olympic Region Park is Washington. The first ascent of Everest was attempted in 1920. Now, lots of people go up there, don't they? The average decibel of rain measures at 50 decibels. That's quite loud. That's quite loud. There have been 4 prison escapes that have used dental floss for their rope and cutting tools. Early existence of tooth drilling was 7000 BC. Oh, you imagine that back then. The first person to swim the English Channel is Captain Matthew Webb. Was later killed trying to swim the rapids beneath the Niagara Falls. Ouch. Most snakes inject about 15% of their venom bite, so not all of it. How interesting. There are 42 landlocked countries in the world. Pluto was a planet for 76 years before becoming downgraded as a dwarf planet in 2006. Interesting. The last person to be beheaded in Britain was 80 years old. There's no punctuation to the century, 15th century. So before that, people's punctuation was terrible. But now they've got, oh, how cool, how interesting is that? No punctuation for the 15th century. So if you're born before the 15th century, you don't worry about punctuation. Oh, interesting. That is interesting, though. Any tips here? I've got 2 here. To save the battery. It's a phone tip. Mobile phone tip. To save your battery, shutting down your phone to save your battery, shutting down your phone when there's no coverage. So when there's no coverage, just turn your phone off, basically. Don't need it. If you want to know how to hot a chili will make your dish, test by eating one of its seeds. Oh, so if you want to know how hot your dish is going to be with the chilies in it, you just test one of the seeds, bite it, and you can work it out how hot you want your. That's how hot your dish would be. That's pretty cool to know that. Just by eating one of its seeds, just one of its seeds. Oh, cool. The England football team has been led by 106 captains since 1872. There's been at least 2 kids in the UK are called Spider-Man. Wonderful person for a name. Some species of frogs are use semapopho, whatever that is. Red meat is commonly consumed food in areas of North Thailand. Brits send around 57 billion texts in 2007. I hate to think what that's now because you have WhatsApp and Facebook and Messenger and all that. I hate to think how many it is now. I must have been mental. As of 2006, there are 74 countries with a death penalty. Wow. Didn't know that either. There are 2,081 items of Harry Potter related merch sold on eBay in 2007. The first classified advert appeared in print in 1704. Leeches are used as treatment for cauliflower ears. Interesting, no ways. Really cool facts, you know. The condition of being born without an ear is called microtitia. Keely Hazel quit school at the age of 13 to become a hairdresser. Normal mice cannot catch colds. I don't know what I mean by normal mice. Morning wood goes by the clinical name Nocortrum peninine transocinsync. Don't ask me to say these words. Long words. On average, a UK commuter travels 62,500 miles to send for workplace over a work career. Relocating crocodiles doesn't work. They return to the original habitat at the earliest opportunity. The world's deserts create 1,700 million tons of dust a year. Deserts. Spit it. World's deserts create. That's a lot. That's a lot, you know. That's a lot. I could do 1 hour live stream and then get as much in as possible. Okay. Tips. Cover the rim of a paint tin with a mask tape before using. The rim will clean and cover and will tightly fit. That makes sense because you don't get the paint inside it, do you really? Remove a steak from the fridge half an hour before cooking to obtain tasty results. So if you want a steak and you want to eat it, take it from the fridge half an hour before. Right. Yes, remember that. Only one stealth fighter of the 59 built was ever shot down. Ants. This is a cool one. Ants don't die in a microwave. They find the cooler areas. Clever ants, I'm saying. They're clever. Robbie Williams, as in the singer, has 600 pairs of shoes in his LA home. Bees frighten elephants. Little tiny thing. Frighten an elephant. Leeches are used as treatment. Oh, you said that one. We said that one with the cauliflowers. Yeah, we said that one. They're repeating some of these. The Australian town of Eucla has its own time zone. The White House grounds are a national park. During the Second World War, British intelligence services tried to guess Hitler's plans by studying his horoscope. The TV's quiz show, Deal or No Deal, fixtures 26 sealed boxes. So you know me how there are. The show Heroes, TV show Heroes, the one that played the cheerleader, Hayden, she was a whale activist. As in sea whale, the whales in the sea. Yeah. On average, iTunes users spent on 1 hour, 48 minutes online per visit. That was back in 2008. As of March 2008, there are 1,411 tigers left in India, and I hate to think now, because that was then. That's a lot, but I best bet lost now. 2 million emails are sent every minute in the UK back in 2008. An average of 90 suicides are committed every day in Japan. That's kind of sad, really. There was a 1,000 note in circulation in the UK until 1943. The Romans were among the first people to use road maps. Now we have Google. Isn't that funny? It's interesting the Romans had road maps before the Google. That's so cool though. To skim a stone 51 times, it would need to be thrown at a speed of at least 45 miles per hour. So if you want to skip a stone 41 times, make sure you throw it at 45 miles per hour. So speed is essential, really. It's not about how you throw it, it's the speed. A day on planet Mercury is twice the length of its year. Of its year, yes. Yes. Done. We're not going for them all. We're going to do so many on one live stream and so many on another. Yeah. Tip time. When cleaning pans while camping, broken eggshells are a good substitute for steel wool. Oh, so everything goes still. Yeah, it makes sense. It scrapes, doesn't it? That does make sense. Trick. This is interesting because this is a trick. Clean a barbecue grill easily by brushing quickly with a steel brush and then putting it into the oven. The heat burns the build-up right off. Wow. Trick. If the rubber thread on the boots is becoming smooth, just heat it up by a meat skewer until it's red hot. Then lay it on the sole of the boot until it burns. To be required depth of thread. Wow. The board game Scrabble was invented in 1931, but run out of work architecture. Architect, yeah. More than 700 accidental deaths have occurred at the Grand Canyon National Park in USA. The fastest production pickup truck was 2004 Dodge Ram SRT to the speed of 154 miles per hour. In 1892, a French zoologist invented the very first underwater camera. So if you use an underwater camera, you can say to your friend or someone, these were invented in 1982. Tornadoes have been known to pluck all the feathers off a chicken. Interesting. Any Warcraft fans, you'll love this fact. Role-playing game War of Craft has 6 million players online. That was back in 2008. I hate to think now. The world's heaviest insect is the African Gorlof beetle and weighs around 1/4 pound, and I have a picture of it. Oh, it's quite cool though. See it, the beetle. Hear the beetle. It's pretty cool though. There are more than 40,000 parasites and 250 types of bacteria are exchanged during a French kiss. Oh my gosh, that's a lot. So when you French kiss someone, you're passing over 40,000 parasites and 350 types of bacteria. Your immune system's got to be very strong, you know. Ouch. Pogonology is a study of beards. In ancient China, people committed suicide by eating a pound of salt. Oh. Oh. In Hawaii, state of fish is, I need to show you, it's a long word. It's a very long word. Where are we? Look at that very long word. You see that very long word? That word there, that word. Right there. Is that a very, very long word? That's so random. The average baby spends 27.5 months in nappies. So you know. 23% of the world's land's mass is buried under snow of part of the year. Pongo sticks were first used as artificial dancers in Brianna. Scientists believe there's gold on Mars, Venus and Mercury. They believe there's gold on there. That'd be interesting. I know one of the planets, I think it's Neptune, it rains diamonds. I know that. Oh, imagine that. It's illegal to post live mice through the US mail. It's common sense. Among things, the ancient Egyptians worshipped cabbages. Wow. Ancient Egyptians worshipped cabbages. Guys, these are really cool facts, you know. They're wacky but cool. That's what I've got, and that's what I'm telling you for. I've got loads to go through. I'm not doing them all today, but I'm saying I've got some cool ones. That is pretty cool, you know. Melting an ice cube in your mouth burns around 2.3 calories. Queen Elizabeth I owned 2,000 pairs of gloves. The kilt originated in France. I bet you didn't know that one. And clouds, they float. They fall very, very slowly. Interesting. They float and they fall very, very slowly. That's quite interesting, you know. That explains it when you see a cloud in the sky and it gets colder during the night. Kind of makes sense now, really. Let's do the last batch. When you log on to the internet banking, check that the date and time your last visit are correct to ensure that no one is snooping on your account. Great tip. That makes sense, really. Tip. Remove unwanted stickers from cars by using WD-40. That's a wonderful thing. It's been helped to Windows. There's a lot of things. That's kind of cool. It's a grease. It helps to grease. Harry Potter J.K. Rowling makes an astonishing £5 every second. Oh my gosh. That's a lot of seconds on this video. Can you imagine how much she's already made? Oh my gosh. Every second. Rolling in the money, isn't it? Just sleeping, you're making money. Oh wow. I'm not reading them all because some of them are not updated, that's why. NASA has carried out 116 unsuccessful space launches to date. Probably more now. That was just 2008. I hate to think now. Mike Tyson has earned 150 million from his boxing career. Sales of pencils in England have increased 700% following an introduction of Sudoku. So back in Sudoku, when I played Sudoku in 2008, that's the reason why the price went up. That's pretty cool, you know. Only 70% of US deaths can see sentences are carried out. Oh, this is random. Oh, this is a random money fact. This is a random one. Cambodian tribesmen earn £1.50 a week catching tarantulas. Wow. There are 2,027 bridges in New York. England midfield Owen Hargreaves could have played for Canada, Wales or Germany. Interesting. Since the Champions League started in 1992-93 season, most half of the semi-finals has come from Spain or England. There's a long word here. For fear of killing being killed by a falling satellite. And this is what it is. That word there. That's kind of worrying though, because there's a lot of satellites in the sky. And you never know where they're going to go. It's kind of scary thought. It's kind of scary thought, really, think about it. The last beheaded in England took place in 1747. There are two 1 million banknotes still in existence. 9 were made after the Second World War. Match of the day, as in on the TV, we have that on the TV. So it's UK sports. Match is a football thing. Match of the day was in first broadcast on the 22nd of August 1964. It cost Carlsberg 7 million per year to sponsor Liverpool. That's a lot of money. There are 11,000 shipwrecks around the UK and Ireland. That's it for fun facts. This live stream, I hope to do more on the next live stream. That was a lot to get through, you know. But my favourite one on here, my favourite fact that I read is that the Tower Bridge being insured as a ship. If you're watching this video, not live, but you're watching later, you can still comment. If you want to put any fun facts, you're allowed to put them in there. And I will read them out for the next video. Yeah, that's amazing. And especially the chili bit, when you eat it, and you know how hot it's going to be when you cook the food. There's so many cool facts. I've got to get through a lot yet. So that's some of them so far. Thanks for tuning in. More fun facts, more wacky stuff, and more tips coming up on until I run out, basically. I've got loads to get through. But yeah, they're really good, you know. Until next time.